Hello, this is Theron and my good friend
Mikey, Miguel,
Mikey.
whichever one you want.
Either or. So we're going to be reading, I think it's a Pinkie Pie Rainbow Dash shipping fic. Alright, are we ready? We're ready. Alright, fanfiction.net. Opposites attract. Question mark? Rainbow Dash was having a pretty good day. She'd spent the morning practicing her flying routine and had a feeling this one was going to blow every pony away. Then she and Pinkie Pie had played some pranks, and she had spent the remaining time until evening lazing away in the clouds. All in all, not too shabby. Gazing down at the town beneath her, she caught sight of something peculiar. Pinkie Pie, along with some pony else, was hopping around ecstatically. Not that that was unusual for Pinkie, of course. She bounced more than she walked. What caught her interest was the fact that Twilight, level-headed, rational Twilight Sparkle, was hopping around almost more energetically than Pinkie. Wondering what all the fuss was about, she glided down and followed the pair. Shortly before Rainbow arrived on the screen, Verity interrupted the pair, hurrying a bit so she could catch what the glamorous pony said. Rainbow landed next to the action.
Is all the fuss about? I can understand Pinkie hopping about. She does it all the time. But you never join in such frivolity, Twilight.
Because that's totally something Rainbow Dash would say.
I know, right?
Verity finished as Rainbow entered earshot. Twilight had to visibly force herself to calm down before she could explain her motive.
Oh, hi, Rainbow. Do you remember those guards you were messing with that time Princess Celestia came to visit?
Rainbow thought for a moment, then snickered.
You mean the time Fluttershy burdened out the princess's phoenix? Oh, yeah, that's the time. Well, I talked a bit to one named Wallace when he was off duty, but it wasn't much. Or at least I didn't think so until today, when he took some time off just to come and talk to me again. She paused... Oh, that's you.
She paused for a moment to squeal with Verity, and before she could finish, Pinkie burst into the conversation. Alright. And then they talked a whole lot before he asked Twilight on a date, and of course she said yes. I mean, who wouldn't? He was handsome! And then she came and told me we started bouncing around because you're both so excited you two came up and asked what all the fuss was about, and then she told you, and now here we are.
Oh my goodness, Twilight, I'm so happy for you.
Verity exclaimed to Twilight's embarrassment.
Well, I don't know how well it'll go, really. I've never been on a date before, and I like him. But I'm not so sure he'll like me, you know? I mean, he's a fit, dedicated guard, and I'm just a bookworm. Nonsense! Any pony who can't appreciate you for who you are is absolutely crazy. I'm sure he'll like you.
Verity asserted, brooking no room for argument.
Hold on, where the fuck did Rarity come from?
You were doing Verity and Twilight and Rainbow all at the same time. I'm just Pinkie Pie right now.
Okay, well, I can do that.
Verity.
Oh. Now, when is this date?
Twilight.
Oh. He said he had more time off this weekend, so we're meeting up on Saturday.
Twilight responded. Verity gasped!
But that gives us only 2 days to get ready. Come with me. We absolutely must make sure you look absolutely fabulous for this date.
With that, she headed towards her home, pulling Twilight along with her. Pinkie was about to follow when she thought of something. What do you think, Rainbow? You didn't say much that whole time? Turning to see her friend, she was rather surprised to see instead that she wasn't there. Looking to the skies, she saw the blue Pegasus flying away. Sighing, Rainbow Dash landed in a tree on the edge of town, grateful for the seclusion offered by the spot. Just as she'd settled down to take a nap, she realized that she wasn't quite as secluded as she had thought. What's up, Rainbow? Almost falling out of the tree, Rainbow looked up to see Pinkie Pie's head, hanging down from a higher branch. Instead of responding, she took off, flying away as fast as she could. After she felt she had put enough distance between her and Pinkie, she settled into another tree. Why did you run? I just wanted to talk! This time, she really did fall out of the tree. Shaking her head, Pinkie Pie loomed over her, smiling as always.
How do you do that, Pinkie?
Do what?
You just...
Rainbow sighed.
Never mind. What did you want to talk about?
Pinkie frowned, putting together a monologue. Well, we were all happy for Twilight and her date, and you didn't say anything except the whole time for you mean the time Fluttershy bit at the princess's phoenix? And then Twilight said, yeah, that's the time, and...
Pinkie, I was there. I know what happened. What's the point of all this?
Rainbow interjected before Pinkie could succeed in summarizing the entire event. I was just wondering why you weren't happy for Twilight like we were. You didn't say a thing, and you just ran off. Is something wrong? Pinkie gasped. You didn't like Wallace, did you? You did, didn't you? Now you feel like Twilight stole him from you.
Pinkie.
And you're jealous, but you don't want to hurt Twilight's feelings about it, so instead of confronting her, you're going to avoid her and hope that the problem doesn't show up. You know that's not a very good way to go about it. You should tell her.
Pinkie, listen.
how you feel, because if you don't, it'll just eat at you because it's a conflict that only one pony knows about, and you'll just end up getting mean, and she won't know why. And
Pinky!
What? Rainbow sighed.
That's not it. I am happy for Twilight, but
what?
never mind. It's not important, and I don't want to talk about it anyway.
She hoped that Pinky wouldn't persist, but she knew better. Nonsense! Of course it's important. If it's making you upset, you should talk about it, especially with us. We're your friends. It's what we're here for.
I know, and I appreciate that you guys care about me, but I really don't want to talk about it. I've dealt with it well enough on my own, and I'd like to keep it to myself.
Pinkie Pie was not to be deterred from helping a friend in need. Rainbow, you shouldn't deal with things on your own. It's not fair to yourself, and if we don't know what's bothering you, we can't do anything to help you. And if we can't do anything to help you, we can't avoid doing something that might upset you. You should really tell us about it.
Pinky, could you please just drop it?
I'm only just trying to help. Uncharacteristically, her voice was downtrodden and sad. Try as she might, Rainbow Dash could not resist caving to a sad Pinky.
Oh, okay. Just promise me you won't tell any pony else. Got it?
Pinky brightened up instantly. Okie dokie Loki. Cross my heart and hope to fly. Stick a cupcake in my eye.
You're so random, Pinkie Pie. Well...
Oh, geez. No breaking out now.
It's not that I'm not happy for Twilight. I really am. And I'm not jealous or anything. I didn't like Wallace like that at all.
Go on!
I don't even like boys.
Oh, silly. I thought we outgrew that in school. Boys don't have cooties or anything, you know.
I know, Pinky. That's not what I mean. I like girls. Like, in the same way that Twilight likes Wallace.
Ooh. Huh. Pinky frowned in concentration as she thought about what she had just heard. Finally, why does that upset you? I mean, there's something wrong with it. You're just different.
That's just it. I just don't want to be different. I want to fit in with every pony else, and I'm afraid that you guys will feel uncomfortable knowing that I look at all of you like I do.
Silly. You're so silly. Why would we care if you're normal? None of us are normal. Twilight still spends more time with books than she does with ponies. Rarity is absolutely crazy when it comes to clothes and appearance. Applejack talks to apple trees. Rarity, Fluttershy can scare an angry dragon into apologizing and moving somewhere else. And I'm about as far from normal as it gets. We don't care if you're different. We just care about making sure you're happy.
But it's not that simple, Pinky. Not everything is that simple. How many girls do you know who like other girls? How about guys who like guys? It just isn't how it's supposed to be. I'm a freak.
No, you aren't. Now, I don't allow any pony to talk bad about my friends, including my friends. You are not a freak, and if I ever hear you say that again, I'll just act so freakish that you feel normal again. Got it?
Pinky.
Listen, Rainbow, I promised not to tell any pony, but I really think you should tell our friends. Keeping secrets just hurts friendships, and if this is eating you up this badly, then you really need to tell every pony. Please.
God, how do you always do that?
Do what?
Never mind. If you really think so, I'll tell them. But you have to be there with me, okay? I'm not doing this alone.
Of course I'll be there with you. That's what friends are for, duh. Rainbow smiled.
Thanks, Pinkie Pie. I'll gather every pony up first thing tomorrow.
Rainbow Dash was fidgeting nervously as she waited for Pinkie Pie to show up. Every pony else had come to the sugar cube, as she'd asked, except for Pinkie. She didn't want to keep her friends waiting. She knew they were busy, but she also made Pinkie promise to be there with her when she told them. So what's all the ruckus about? The apples ain't gonna buck themselves, you know. Applejack was hard at work harvesting this year's apples, and she was rather impatient to get back to it.
Don't worry, Applejack. You can afford to miss a little bit of work, and Rainbow said she wanted every pony to be here for this.
Twilight, calm and rational as usual, interjected to Rainbow's relief.
Hey, every pony. Sorry I'm late.
Rainbow breathed a sigh of relief as Pinkie took a place next to her encouragingly.
Alright, now that you're all here, I didn't really want to talk about this, but Pinkie convinced me to, so... Geez, how should I start this?
Don't worry, Rainbow. Just say it. That's the easiest way. Fluttershy was as comforting as always, but it wasn't enough to calm Rainbow.
Well, Twilight just got asked on a date, you know, and every pony's happy for her, me included and all that. But it also kind of shook me up. Every pony's been talking about what guys they like and all that, but...
She trailed off, unsure how to continue. It's okay, Rainbow. Just tell them what you told me. Pinkie encouraged. Rainbow swallowed her fears and continued.
I don't like guys. At least not like that. I've got no problem with the guy, but I just don't look at him like Twilight looks at Wallace, you know? I've just never felt that way about a guy before. Instead, I like girls.
Good job! Was that so hard?
I
Pinky
never
asked triumphant.
I never told you guys because I was afraid you'd feel uncomfortable knowing that I looked at you all that way. But it was eating me up yesterday and Pinky noticed. So, of course, she pestered me until I caved. I hope this doesn't affect our friendship, but I'll understand if it does.
There was silence for a moment as every pony waited to make sure that Rainbow had finished. Then, "Oh, sweetheart, y'all were worried we wouldn't like it anymore because of that. I mean, sure, it's a bit odd, but we don't mind."
Who's that?
Rarity.
Oh. Yes, of course we're still your friends. After all, it would be horribly unladylike to disown you for something so petty.
Rainbow, you defended me when we were little fillies in Cloudsdale, and I decided that we would be friends. This won't change that at all.
Yeah, Rainbow. We're your friends. Any discomfort we may feel about this isn't important as long as we're friends.
I told you they'd be fine with it. Rainbow finally breathed a sigh of relief. Oh, thank goodness.
You're not Rainbow. Oh, thank goodness. I was so scared to tell you all, and I wouldn't have if Pinky hadn't convinced me. Thank you so much, Pinky.
She simply giggled at the gratitude.
Hey, Rainbow.
Twilight thought for a moment.
I'm going to be busy tomorrow, and that's when my report to Princess Celestia is due. How would you like to write about what you learned instead? You learned a very valuable lesson today, and I'm sure she'd be glad to hear it.
To be a lesbian.
Yeah, alright, I suppose it won't be too much trouble.
Taking a deep breath, she stepped towards the door.
Well, that's it, every pony. You can all go do what you need to do, and thanks.
This is your talk.
Me?
And you were writing.
Okay. Dear Princess Celestia, this is Rainbow Dash writing since Twilight is busy today. I'm not sure how to write this, so I guess I'll just have to wing it. Here goes. Yesterday, I learned a valuable lesson about friendship. I had a secret that was really eating at me because I was worried about what my friends would think of it. It bothered me so much that I couldn't even bring myself to be happy that Twilight had a date. Thanks to Pinkie Pie, though, I managed to work up the courage to tell my friends. Just like Pinkie said, no pony at all had a problem with it. My worries were all in my head the whole time. Actually, I feel kind of silly now because I took so much time out of every pony's day, and I was so worried over something that wasn't a big deal at all. Keeping secrets from your friends just leads to problems. You should never be scared to tell them something that's bothering you. They're your friends after all. They're supposed to support you, and that's what they did.
Rainbow Dash. There, that ought to do it. Spike nodded in agreement before sending the letter out to the princess.
Thanks for writing that for me, Spike.
Not a problem. It's my job after all. Comma. He replied, opening a nearby window so that Rainbow could take off. Have a nice day, Rainbow.
You too.
With that, she took flight, soaring out the window and high into the sky, while scanning for a good spot to spend the day being lazy. Setting her eyes on a particularly fluffy cloud, she drifted to a landing and set about making a nice bed for herself to relax on when she became aware of some pony else nearby. Rainbow Dash?
Oh yeah, sorry. Oh hey Fluttershy, what's up?
Given the fact that she had already pulled her friends away from their daily activities the day before, it was the least she could do to see what Fluttershy wanted.
Oh.
Well, about what you told us yesterday.
Oh, damn. Spicy.
Damn. Alright, so this was Opposite Attract
Question mark.
by Zort on fanfiction.net. Okay, I give that story a ha-cha-cha. What's your vocalized sound effect rating about the story? Indeed. I think that they were in character, I guess, for most of it.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. All right, that was it. All right, enjoy.
See you all.